What's happening, guys? So I have Katie Anne here with me, and she's in town for Paul's Pro Physique team kind of meeting we're having. Team camp, yeah. So she's going to be speaking in the camp. I'm going to be involved. I'm going to be doing some video for them and just kind of hanging out. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to take a little bit of time to talk with her about some different things, because one of the things that I knew about her is that she has Jake Allen as a coach, which I also have Jake as a coach. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today was kind of training mindset and some of the different things that you do to prepare for a meet, how you go about things when you're kind of not feeling the best, maybe what Jake has done for you, if anything, mentally. Because for me personally, one of the big issues that I had prior to starting with Jake, which I started with him about maybe a year and 3 months ago, somewhere around there, a little over a year ago, and I got really wrapped up in like one session. Okay, so if I go into the gym and I have a really bad performance, it would just beat me up. I'd get upset. I would think something's wrong. Okay, it's time to make changes. Like, what am I doing wrong? This and that. And he did a really good job of kind of just calming me down, saying like, it's just one session. It's not a big deal. Like, you have to realize that in the grand scheme of things, you're going to have bad sessions, just like you're going to have good sessions, and don't get too wrapped up into it. And he really helped me greatly that way. And I just want to know if he helped you in any way, or kind of what you have done to kind of get over these circumstances when you're just not really feeling it and you're feeling down about performance and things like that.
Well, yeah, definitely. So I've been working with Jake for, I guess, exactly a year now. So I started working with him after Nationals last year, and I just competed Nationals last weekend. So I think it's been maybe 11 months. And so Jake has definitely helped me transition, I would say, into more of a powerlifting mindset and a performance mindset. So coming from the background of bodybuilding, I competed in bodybuilding a couple years ago, and that was my main focus. That's how I actually got started in fitness, was through bodybuilding. Actually, one of my kind of weaknesses, I would say, is going in the gym and just focusing on like how many calories I could burn, or how long I could work out, and how exhausted I could be by the end of the day. But then when I started with Jake, it was really like reevaluating, like looking at, okay, well, what are our long-term goals, and kind of take a step back. Like, what do you want to be good at powerlifting? Because if you want to be good at powerlifting, you can't stay sub 10% body fat, and you can't be killing yourself in accessory work. Because I remember when I wrote out my accessory work for him, he was like, so basically when you go into the gym, you just try to kill yourself. And I was like, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, and I think too, coming from just that sort of mindset where, it sort of bodybuilding / eating disorder history and all that sort of thing, it's hard to find, that balance and kind of get away from that mindset of, okay, I'm just here to like try to kill myself and feel a certain way when I live. Like, it wasn't really healthy for me. So, so actually that's a big area that I have improved, and something that Jake has helped me with. Not necessarily, I wouldn't say, so he's helped you a lot in kind of overcoming those like bad sessions. For me, I've always been, I guess I would say that's probably one of my strengths, is that growing up I was an athlete, and so I constantly had, like, I ran track and I'd have bad sessions, and it's really just kind of going from one session and realizing it's one, and progress is not going to be a straight line. It's going to have ups and downs. So I guess I was lucky in that regard to have that experience, and so that I would say that that's something that is probably one of my strengths, is that I'm able to have a short-term memory with training, which it sounds like Jake has sort of been able to help you get and focus on. It's not, if you have a bad training session, it's not the end of the world. Like, everyone has bad training sessions, and you can bounce back and be better the next week. And maybe it's just a simple adjustment in your training. Maybe you're overreached. Maybe it's just a bad week, you have no sleep, or you're traveling, or whatever it may be, and there's lots of factors that can play into your progress. So but for me, I would say, it was really like taking a step back and like refocusing, like, do you want to be good at powerlifting? Okay, these are the things that you need to do, and you need to stop being irrational with some of your training. So it was helpful to have that accountability and really that attention to detail with my training.
So Katie just did Nationals, well, was it a week ago now? Not that long ago, not even a week ago.
I don't know.
So
what day is it? Thursday?
It's Friday,
a week ago.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So anyway, she just did Nationals and placed top 5, right?
Yes, 5th.
Top 5. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was a good performance. Now, I'm just assuming now that since you were going into nationals, you were probably overreached and you were probably deep into it and not feeling the best for the last few weeks of your training and things like that, because that's just standard. Now, when you get into that state, when it goes beyond like one training session, where it's a continual battle of I just don't feel good, I feel like crap, it's not going well. Like, do you do anything mentally? How do you continue to focus, continue to do what you need to do when you're just in a state where you want to do nothing but like lay on the couch, you know, or like it's just like it feels like it's going to be way too much, and you need to get over that, knowing that in the long run it's going to be for the best. Yeah,
I would say definitely. I mean, the past I'd say 3 weeks were really difficult going into nationals. I mean, Jake had to adjust my training down because I was failing some reps, and it was pretty discouraging. But I mean, being able to have Jake to talk to, that's something too. Like, if you don't have a coach and you're trying to do a program and go into a meet and you're having to make adjustments to your training yourself, it probably isn't going to work out very well. But it's good to have like an outside perspective, someone who can look at it objectively and say, okay, she's overreached. We need to make some adjustments and like take it down a notch instead of trying to hammer something that like I just couldn't sustain. So mentally, really just taking each session as it comes. Like, I just would be like, all right, today this is my mission, this is my job, and you know, I'm gonna do it as best as I can. If I can't do it, then I can't. Like, it's not the end of the world, you know. Obviously powerlifting isn't like, you know, do or die. It's just something I look at it as part of my job. So I just say, okay, I need to go into the gym and do my job. And as like, I don't know if you know Mike Zordos, but Mike Zordos was actually the person who inspired me to start powerlifting. When I went to a camp, no, Paul wasn't there. I was like, oh, was Paul there? So that's where I met a bunch of people in the industry. But Mike Zordos, I remember something specific that he would always emphasize is just go in the gym and do your job. So if your job is to do 3 sets of 4, just do it. I don't care if, you know, if you have to take 10 minutes between each set and lay on the floor, then that's fine, which I do sometimes in the gym, but just get it done. And if you can't get it done, then, you know, if you do everything and give 100% and you fail, like, just because you fail a session in training doesn't make you a failure. It just means that you need to adjust a certain way and adjust accordingly. And that's why it's helpful to have a coach too, because most likely they're going to set you up for success, and you're not going to be going into the gym and having horrible training sessions over and over. So obviously if you have horrible training sessions, one after the other, something's amiss and not right. So, you know, working with a coach and having that accountability and someone who has my best interest in mind, that isn't going to continue. You know, I might have had a couple bad training sessions, but they'll eventually turn around with some adjustments.
We got a visitor coming in. What's up, buddy?
No, it's fine.
Good. So yeah, one of the things that Lane talked to me a while back, because I was talking about how like I have to have a coach, because regardless if I know what I'm doing or not, like I'm just too emotionally invested in myself. I can't be objective, so I need somebody else to be objective for me. And you're saying that, I don't know if how much truth there is to this. I'm assuming, I don't know why he'd make it up, but Mike Teixeira is somebody who does a really good job with himself, because he has this rule that you cannot make a change. Like, if you want to make a change, you can't unless you still want to make that change after 2 weeks. If 2 weeks down the road you still feel the same way and you want to make a change, go ahead and do it. Because we all get wrapped up in like I was talking about, those one training sessions where, well, you don't make a change based on one, but if it's a long period of time, then maybe it's something else. But if you have a coach, it's a lot easier to have that perspective. So I mean, I don't really have anything else I wanted to talk about. That was pretty much it. I do want to ask Jake a question. How do I get on the Katie Anne program? Because I mean, what? Like, seriously? What do I got to do, man? Like, what? Did I wrong you or what? Like, no.
Squat 4 times a week. I don't know if you want to do that.
I love squatting.
Sometimes I feel like Jake's trying to kill me.
Yeah, I get that feeling too sometimes.
But then, you know, then I watch my lifts go up so much, and yeah, he helped me put 100 pounds on my total since last year, which is a lot in 1 year. So yeah, it was definitely a good year of improvements.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. I will put Katie's channel in the link below or in the description below, and you can go check her out. If you have any questions, post them below, and I'm sure one of us will get back to you. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video like always.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.